Welcome back to the YouTube channel. Today's class I'm going to learn how to make this beautiful shift dress that we see here. It's a casual dress and it's very simple to make, fast and very easy. If this is something you like to learn, kindly stay tuned to the end of this tutorial. Thank you. So I have folded my fabric into four. I'm cutting the front and back together, so I'm not going to have any shoulder slope here, so I will not have any joining on the shoulder area. And then this is how I folded it. I folded by 40 inches, which is my total length, the length of my dress. I have 40 inches in front and 40 inches at the back, and then again I folded again so that I can take my measurement. So this is what I have here. You can see that this part is joined together. So here, this close part is my center front and center back all together. So I'm going to start taking my measurements from here. So I'm going to take my shoulder, my back measurement. The back I'm working with is 7 inches. Sorry, this is a white fabric, so I don't want to mark on it too much, so the marker is going to be a bit faint. Just watch what I'm doing. So here is my shoulder, which is 7 inches, and then it's going to be just like a cap sleeve, so I'm just going to add 6 extra inches for the sleeve there, so you can see. That's what I have there. And then here for my neck width, I'm going to work with a neck width of 3 inches. And then the depth for the back is going to be 1 inch, and then for the front I'm going to work with a depth of 3 inches, and then I'll create a V neckline later, because of course the head has to pass through easily. So I'll first connect this now, so you can see my faint lines there. This is for the back and this is for the front. So again, for the front, like I said, it's still going to have like a V neckline. So from here, I want the total depth for the front to be around 6 to 7 inches, so I just leave it at 6.5. By the time I turn it, it's going to be 7 inches. So I just added 3.5 inches extra to that, and then I'm going to connect in a straight line to form like a V shape here. So I'm going to take a straight ruler, so I'm connecting it to this part. So here you can just measure like 1/2 inch or 1/4 of an inch, or you can just slant it straight like that. Okay, so that's what I'm creating there. So now my neckline is sorted. I'll go over to the other side now and measure my sleeve opening here. Remember, it's going to be around the bicep area, so you can measure around your bicep, and then you take that measurement very loosely because you don't want it tight. So for me, I have 18 inches, so divided by 2, that's 9 inches. From there I'm going to mark 9 inches downwards. Okay, so now after marking out the 9 inches, you can see what I have here. So this is going to also double as my bust and my armhole line, where I'm going to take my bust measurement. So you can either take your bust measurements if you're not sure of what you have left, or you can just come in here by 1.5 inches or 2 inches and then you mark. So on this line, my bust is actually 40 inches. Divided by 4 is 10. I want to add 1 inch for his, and that's going to leave me at around 11 inches. So, and then I can also add 1/2 inch for joining. So I'm going to mark it around here. Then from there, I want the waistline a little bit shaped, so my half length is 15, which is here. Sorry, the chalk is faint. By the time I cut it, you'll see better. This is a white fabric. So on that point as well, I'm going to take my waist measurement. The total waist round waist that I'm working with is 38 inches. 38 inches divided by 4, that's 9.5. So here I'm going to mark the 9.5 inches, and then I'm going to add extra 1 inch for his to that, and 1/2 inch for joining. So that's what I have there. And then I'm going to connect that together, and then I'm going to go over to my waist hip line. So hip line is 25, which is here. On that part, I'm going to mark my hip. The hip is 44, divided by 4 is 11, and then I'm going to add extra allowance to that as well. So I'm going to take this hip measurements that I have all the way to the hem. By the time I cut it out now, you will see it's better. Sorry, I couldn't mark too much on this because I don't want it to get stained. So you can see I have shaped the side, you can see, and then here I just curved this part so that it's not going to be too sharp. So this is my waistline, this is the hip, and then I took it all the way to the hem. So for the neckline, I have cut out the back neckline. Remember, the front and back is folded together. So now I'm going to detach the back and then refold again so that I can cut my front neckline as well. So after refolding it, you make sure you arrange everything well and then cut. So you can see now that I have cut it out. This is the back neckline, this is the front neckline. Then I slash the front a little bit up to the 6.5 inches mark so that it will be wide enough for the hair to pass through. So now that it's still folded, I'm going to bring another fabric and then fold underneath it so that I can cut out a facing for it. Okay, so I have cut out my facing. A facing is just a smaller size of the neckline, you can see. So what I'm going to do now is go to my sewing machine and then I'm going to go ahead and use this facing to turn the neckline. So you just lay it on the facing right side, facing right side, and then you sew around it and then sew up to here as well so that you can easily turn it. So you can see the neckline is wide enough for the head to pass through. So just make sure you work with whatever it is that will work. So here as well, I'm going to go ahead and hem the sleeve area. After doing this, I'm going to bring it back so that you can sew it. But basically what I'm doing after hemming the sleeve area, I'll just close it up and then sew it on the side seam and hem the lower part. So I have gone ahead to turn the neckline. You can see that the neckline now is neatly turned. This is what it looks like, and then I ironed it. So this is the right side and this is what the wrong side looks like. So after turning it, I hemmed the lining round so that it can be neatly finished as well. It has an hemming gum in between, that's why it is this well laid. Okay, so you just sew an hemming gum together with it when you're sewing it, and then you can see that I have hemmed the sleeve as well. So what I'm going to do now is just to cover it up and sew it by the side, but I want to add pockets to mine. So I have cut out my 4 pockets. These are the pockets that I'm adding. I have a detailed tutorial on how you can cut these pockets and sew. I'm going to link into the comment section so you can check them out. So I'll go ahead and sew my side seam. I'll add my pockets as well, and then I'm going to hem it on the lower part. So I have gone ahead to sew it. You can see I sewed the lower part and then I fixed my pocket. So this is the pocket. It's on both sides, and like I said, the tutorial is already up. I'll link it in the comment section. And then this is the hem. The hem is also neatly finished as well. So now you can leave it plain like this, but for me I don't want it to be this plain, so I'm going to go ahead and pick one out of all these fabric stickers. You can use anything. I just don't want mine to be plain, so I'll just pick one of them now, and then I'm going to place it on it. So it comes in different sizes. Actually, I can either use this or I use something bigger. So I'll just pick one of them now and then go ahead and place this on this plain fabric so that it can just make it pop a little bit. The tutorial on how you can do this is also on the channel. I'm going to link it so that you can watch it if you don't know how to. And then I will go ahead and just show us what this looks like on the mannequin before I print on it. So this is what the shift dress looks like. You can see the neckline that we have there. It's a round neckline with a little v-neck at there, and this is the sleeve area. You can see it is neatly turned, and this is what it looks like. So like I said, you can just put a sticker on it if you don't want it to be displayed, so that it can give you some form of design on the outfit. I hope you enjoyed making this beautiful dress with me. If you enjoyed it, let us know in the comment section. Like, comment and subscribe to our channel, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.